What's up, y'all? Shook here, back with another video on the Holy Paladin, doing some 2v2 with Plum on his Deathknight. This is the beginning of Season 4, so they didn't do a full MMR reset. It was like a soft reset. So we're queuing around like 2100, so we dropped, I think, 150 MMR from last season. So I think they just removed some of the artificial inflation, maybe. And I kind of like that. I don't really like it when everybody's MMR gets reset and it's just kind of a mess at, like, I don't know, 1500 for a few weeks or whatever, and then it's harder to climb. I kind of like this. So we saw a lot of Demon Hunter Preservation Evoker. I actually played my Preservation Evoker. I'm going to try and put a video of that out in the coming weeks or whatever. Preservation seems really strong. Holy Paladin kind of seems to be, I don't know, in a mess right now. It's not terrible. Like, we went 13-3 on this session, so it's obviously not bad, but I felt like I had to try way harder on my Holy Paladin than I did on the Preservation Evoker. So you can see I'm running Denounce in this game, and I'm kind of just trying to randomly use it for offensive pressure. I'm going to have to go for a lot of drinks. So right here, I'm just going to go for a drink. Go ahead and top my mana since they don't have a lot of pressure on Plum. I'm also running Ultimate Sacrifice in this one instead of Searing Glare. So I'm going to try and pick Plum back up now that I'm full mana, casting Tears Deliverance, and he's just kind of doing spread pressure and slowing the Demon Hunter so the Demon Hunter can't stick on me. And he's going to grip him off just like that. Every single time that he gets a lot of pressure, I'm going to dispel that Sleepwalk off of him. And I do have Blind available, but Plum blinds him right there. I'm going to denounce him off of that, so for 8 seconds he won't be able to crit, which isn't a massive deal for Demon Hunters. It's more important for, like, Warriors and Windwalker Monks, but it's still pretty good. Just because, I don't know, running Divine Plea in this meta has felt really, I don't know, kind of strange. Like, it doesn't feel as good as it did last season, and I don't know if that's just because of how the gear is right there. So Plum uses his IBF for kind of like damage reduction and to get out of that stun, and I'm going to go ahead and pick him up. He's popping cooldowns. You can see that Nullifying Shroud on the Preservation Evoker is going to keep him from being CC'd for the next 20 seconds, and the Demon Hunter has meta rolling, so I'm just kind of trying to keep Denounce up on the Demon Hunter, make sure he doesn't get any crits. So right here, the Preservation Evoker does use a defensive on the Demon Hunter, and Plum stuns him. The Fire Breath and the Disintegrate are going to be the offensive abilities for the Preservation Evoker. We really will never win the mana war against Preservation, so you can already see I'm behind on mana again, which I'm not, as effectively using my infusion procs, but I'm also not getting a whole lot. Finally, I did get 2 right there. So I'm going to use them on these Flash of Lights, and it's going to make Flash of Light free. Casting Hand of Divinity here just to try and get like a bigger shield on Plum. It looks like the Demon Hunter reversed the Strangulate right there. I'm going to Hodge that Dream Breath, and I'm just trying to do a little bit of damage to help Plum kind of finish him off. Hit a 66k right there, so not terrible. Do get the Denounce off, so now he won't be able to crit either, but he does get a big Dream Breath off. So basically every time the Preservation Evoker disintegrates, he gets a little bit of his mana back. Kind of like where Resto Shamans, whenever they use Lava Burst, they have that talent that gives them a little bit of mana. So Plum actually does take down the Preservation Evoker there. They kind of got in a bind and he took him down, so that was pretty funny. So this next match is against Frost Mage, Subtlety Rogue, and we have the crazy advantage versus this one. Like, this is really just, like, for them to be able to win, they have to basically play out of their mind. Like, we shouldn't be able to, I don't know, lose this one unless they play really, really well. So right here you can see they do get the Ray of Frost going. I am going to go ahead and use my Trinket and Sack. So sometimes I run Ultimate Sack versus this, and sometimes I will run the regular Sack just because it lasts longer and it can break you out of more CC. We do get the block here, so we still have Bubble available. We have Lay on Hands. I'm going to Dispel Plum, and I'm going to try and stand near the Mage for a kick, but he does get the Fire Breath on me, which is okay. I'm not sure, so Plum, yeah, he has AMS back up, and he's going to stop the second poly. And you can see, I mean, they just got almost no pressure in that. I kicked that poly, and I'm just going to hit spam denounce. I probably should have juked there, but it's okay. I'm like not worried about this match at all. He does get alter, and he's forced to alter back because he gets so low. He does have his second block available. The rogue did get a re-stealth there, but again, this one's just so hard for us to lose just because we have so many ways to disrupt their goes, and eventually it's like we just kind of whittle them down and kill the mage, and sometimes you can even kill the rogue too. He blinked out of my stun, gets strangulated, so right here's probably going to be second block, and there's the second block. Plum does blind the rogue, and I was going to cast Tears Deliverance there, but I was like, okay, don't be stupid. So he Shadowy Dueled Plum there, and it just did nothing. So that was, they've used Bomb, they've used Shadowy Duel. I still have Bubble available, and we have 8 seconds on Trinket. So again, this is just heavily favored in our matchup. Like, we should always win this one. Plum kicks Poly there, and I'm just kind of standing on top of him. We have ultimate sack back up, so I'm going to Trinket and sack him. He's going to stun the Ray of Frost, and the Mage is going to go down again. And we still have Bubble available if we really need it. I have Wings and Bubble and everything, so if we could, we would want this queue like every single time to fight Rogue Mage. And here is another Preservation Evoker Demon Hunter. So again, really popular comp right now with the Oppressive Roar. If you do the Oppressive Roar into the sleep, it's like a 7-second sleep, I think, and then you can do the so it's set. Oh, it's longer than 7 seconds. So you can see I got hit with that right there. He's gonna stun me over the top of it and kind of break it, so it's pretty good for us. Plum is gonna stun him, and I want to get back in Plum's line so he can grip the Demon Hunter and slow him and all that jazz. So you can see him putting Chains of Ice on the Demon Hunter. So this is a smaller map, which is worse for us because we're not going to be able to go for as many drinks. I was a little late on that Hodge there. I wanted to Hodge the Demon Hunter whenever Plum strangulated the Preservation, so he couldn't dispel him. So right here I'm going to run behind the pillar and probably go for an early drink because, you know, if I'm playing aggressive or if I'm doing anything, I'm just going to go especially versus, you know, this comp. Unless he's just not able to cast Disintegrate at all. You can, I mean, sometimes run him out of mana, but that's really rare. Especially in 2v2. Maybe in 3v3 it's a little bit less rare. Just because you're having to focus more on healing than doing anything offensive. So right here we do get his Emerald Communion because we had a pretty good CC chain. And it looks like Plum is just going to be kind of tooling the Demon Hunter, slowing him. I'm going to be giving him freedom. We want to just kind of disrupt him as much as possible. So right here, Plum does kick the Sleepwalk, and I think I'm going to Hodge the Nullifying Shroud. I probably should have kicked the Nullifying Shroud because it was already on DR. It had kick available, so I don't know. I would have rather kicked there instead of wasting the Hodge like that. So they're just kind of chasing me down. They know, you know, my main goal is to just get as far into damaging as possible, and then they just won't be able to heal through Plum's damage, which the Demon Hunter has an MS as well. I don't have ultimate sack available right now, so this is kind of risky to drink like this, but they are going to come stop me, so I do get full mana back. So this is really good for us whenever he comes to stop me and he wasn't able to stop me quick enough, because we not only got the pressure, but we also got the Obsidian Scales from the Preservation Evoker, which is a pretty big defensive. I'm going to blind the Demon Hunter behind there. He is running the uninterruptible Obsidian Scales, so as soon as it falls, Plum was able to kick him, but while he has that active, he's not able to be interrupted. Well, it was a super DR stun, so I didn't have to worry about dispelling Plum there. And it looks like he uses his other defensive. I think that's the Time Dilation, and I think right here is where we're going to start getting a little bit more pressure. That was a great Strangulate by Plum right there, just to make sure they don't get any more crazy chains. So I'm going to use a Bop here. They can take it off if they get lucky with the Demon Hunter's Dispel, but you can see Plum stunning him. I'm going to cast Tears Deliverance, and it looks like we're getting just a ton of pressure on the Demon Hunter here. Our mana, again, falling behind on mana. I do have 2 infusion procs available, and you see me, I'm going to use one of them there, and then I'm going to use the other one on the Judgment. But I did get another one right away, so that's really good. And we do take down the Demon Hunter, so we just got too much pressure rolling there, and the Preservation Evoker wasn't able to keep up because of dampening. So kind of the name of the game when playing with DK. Here's another one that's double DPS team, and we should always win this one. I will say Affliction Warlock seems really powerful. Like, I was playing my Affliction Warlock and we ran into some Holy Priest Affliction Warlock teams, and it's really powerful. Also, I think Affliction Warlock Mistweaver Monk is also really strong in 2s right now. I don't know what it is with Warlocks. I guess just the health pool increasing so much. Their percentage health, it's just crazy how much stronger it made Affliction in 2s. But right here, as far as like Shadow Priest goes, he just doesn't have the same healing output that Affliction does, so we're just going to ram into this Shadow Priest the whole time and kind of take him down. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed these games. Let me know what you think. I've got some more videos in the works. I'm going to try and post a lot more this season and hopefully, you know, grind a lot more rating in the different brackets. I was kind of lazy last season. I don't know. I kind of got a little burnt out with how the game was playing. But yeah, definitely going to play more this season, try and unlock some of the stuff like the Pennant in Solo Shuffle and stuff like that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed these games. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe, drop a like. It helps me out a ton. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.